Hey wrestling fans, back here again with another I can't do it, A+ DVD review. Survivor Series Anthologies is what we're going to talk about today. And these are the latest pay-per-view events, classic pay-per-view events released from the WWE. You got the 1987 to 1991 set, and then the 1992 to 1996 set. So I figured we'd just take a quick look before my batteries die. There's the inside of the first one, the 87 to 91. And if you open it all the way up, and we'll pull it out long ways there, and you can see that you have each disc in its place, and you have the match listings written right there for you. 87, of course, the inaugural Survivor Series in Richfield, Ohio. Highlight of the night was probably the big 10-team, 20-man elimination match, which I always thought those were really cool, you know. So many guys standing around the ring that they're almost meeting on the ends. I mean, that just looks so cool to me when I was a kid to see that many people involved in one match, and it still holds up today as a good match. Same thing for Survivor Series 88, back in Ohio, and another 10-team, 20-man elimination match, which I always enjoyed those. I always enjoyed the Survivor Series. I can't even believe that I was reading wrestling news not too long ago and found out that Vince McMahon was actually thinking of canceling the Survivor Series and not having it anymore. I've always been a big fan of the show. I know as a kid I always related to Thanksgiving. It was always a fun show to watch and to see, you know, they would team up guys who you didn't normally get to see in the ring together, and you would see different pairings and different opponents. I remember I saw Randy Savage and Bret Hart for the first time, which brings us into Survivor Series 89. You have the King's Court against the 4x4s, and I remember that being the first time I saw Randy Savage and Bret Hart in the ring together. Maybe it wasn't the first time they were in the ring, but I remember as a kid that was the first time I saw them in the ring together, and I remember that being really cool to see. So that's 89. 90, of course, the Gobbledygooker. We all remember that, I think. Not really a match of the night on there. Just, I mean, I guess if I had to pick one, it would be the Dream Team against the $1 Million Team. The debut of The Undertaker, of course, was a big thing. Bret Hart and Ted DiBiase coming down at the end was really fun to see. Another pairing you didn't really see a whole lot that you got to see at the Survivor Series. 91, Detroit. I always enjoyed the opener to this show. Roddy Piper, Bret Hart, Virgil, and the Bulldog against Ric Flair, Mountie, $1 Million Man, and the Warlord. I always thought that was a really good match. And it was Ric Flair's pay-per-view debut for the WWE. So that's the first set. Of course, you get the pictures inside like I showed you before. And these are pretty cheap, I think. I picked them up like the day they came out. I think they were $40, so they might be a little more expensive now because I know that stuff kind of goes up in price as time goes by. But I think they're fairly cheap for what you're getting. 5 whole pay-per-views. Of course, we jump into the 92 to 96 set. We got the same pictures, same setup with the case. 92, of course. You had a couple marquee matches there with Mr. Perfect and Randy Savage against Razor Ramon and Ric Flair. You also had Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels. Not the screw job, not that Survivor Series, but this was back when they didn't mind each other, I think, and they had a really good championship match at the main event that year. 93, of course, the main event was the All-Americans against the Foreign Fanatics. Personally, if I had to pick a match of the night off of this, it would again be the opener. where you had Razor Ramon, Randy Savage, 1-2-3 Kid, and Marty Jannetty against Diesel, IRS, Adam Bomb, and Rick Martel. I always enjoyed that match. I don't know, maybe it's just a sentimental as a kid thing, but I always liked the match. 94, Bret Hart, Bob Backlund for the championship submission match, and Undertaker Yokozuna casket match. Bret Hart, Bob Backlund gets my vote for match of the night. 95, Bret Hart, Diesel for the title, no holds barred, no count out, no time limit, no DQ. Another few good Survivor Series matches. The Underdogs and the Body Donnas was good. The wild card match where they actually teamed up heels and baby faces on the same team. 96, Shawn Michaels versus Sid was a good match. Bret Hart versus Steve Austin was a better match. And probably not only match of the night, but maybe one of the best matches in Survivor Series history. Great match. I was always a big fan of those two in the ring together. And, of course, traditional Survivor Series matches at Survivor Series 96 as well. There's your pictures on the inside. I'm going through this one pretty fast, guys, because I think my batteries are about to die out here, and I want to get these uploaded for you. But there's the sets, guys. Like I said, not too bad of a price if I'm remembering correctly. Like I said, I picked them up in November of 2009 when they first came out, so they might be a little bit more expensive now. But you're getting 5 whole pay-per-views. I recommend them. Not a lot of blurs on these. I think they didn't even do the blurs with these. They let it slide. The only thing that was changed is they bleeped out when somebody said WWF. They bleeped out the F. So, good sets. I recommend all the pay-per-view sets if you're a fan, if you want to collect the pay-per-views. Other than that, guys, I am out of here. And one thing before I go. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for asking where I've been. I'm going to try to get more videos out to you guys, and I apologize that I haven't been, but thank you so much for the few people who have left comments and subscribed and all that stuff. It's really cool, guys. Thanks.